Tesla fell by 1.1% in the trading hours and rose by 0.31% in the after hours. So, is the stock a buy at the level of $266? Keep watching as I take you through recent news about the Tesla AI Day as well as my chart analysis and price prediction. But before we do that, subscribe to our channel Stocks 101 for regular stock market updates. First up, a prototype of the Optimus robot was revealed at the event where it took a few steps and made some movements. And a video was shared later which showed the robot picking up stuff at a factory and operating a water can. Elon said that the Optimus humanoid can be launched in January next year around a price range of $20,000. This robot obviously attracted backlash with people stating that it's nowhere close to a real human with its slow speed and limited intelligence. Also, Tesla's controversial yet popular Autopilot feature was also discussed at the event. Talking about deliveries, Tesla's Q3 report is expected to leave investors happily shocked. Analysts have estimated between 350,000 to 370,000 deliveries for the third quarter as compared to 254.7 thousand deliveries of the second quarter. With all that in mind, let's analyze the chart. So as you guys can see right here, we're now in the 1-day chart for Tesla. And first up, we'll analyze the 1-day chart, then the 1-hour chart, and we'll get in the 5-minute chart. Right off the bat, I already told you guys in my previous analysis that the stock is headed for the $265 level. And guess what? It hit exactly $265 on 30th September. Now I believe that it might perform poorly on Monday as well because of, well, it did not get the response that it demanded on the AI Day event. So I don't know exactly what will happen, but in my opinion, the stock should open in a gap down on Monday. But my long-term price prediction remains the same. I was and always, well, not always, but I'll pretty much always be bullish on the Tesla stock, because I believe that Elon really knows what he's doing. Now, if we look at this picture, we can see some new thing, right? We can clearly see that we were range bound over here, after which we closed into this range and went up. And now over here, I believe that a similar pattern is brewing up. So as you guys can see, we are range bound into this range over here with a top level of $316, I believe, $315, right? So once this trend gets over, right, once we start going up, we'll probably get squeezed into this range, and then we might be in for another trend, right? So we'll probably get over here, make some more movements like this, then again we'll get like a triple top. After that, again squeeze into that range, break that, make another movement the same way, right? But with that being said, I already told you guys that I'm bullish on the long term on Tesla, but I don't really know if it's the best time to buy the stock right now. In my opinion, it is good under, the $270 level, but let's quickly analyze more in the 1-hour chart. So if we take a look at the 1-hour chart over here, we can see that we made somewhat of a double top over here, right? Not exactly a double top, but somewhat of a double top, right? This was pretty much a reversal scenario as well, because over here we made a big wick on the upside, so that indicates seller pressure, right? Weak selling pressure. After that, we did make a wick on the downside about the same size, so that indicates weak buying pressure. So this pretty much tells us that the market was decisive on that day, right? People had honestly, just made up their minds that they would buy and then sell over here, right? So it was pretty much just mainly intraday movement and not really, long-term investors buying for holding. So as you guys can see right here, we're now below the 20 EMA as well for the Tesla stock. I believe that we might break this on the upper side. And once we do, we'll probably head straight for the 50 EMA, because as not exactly as a rule, but it's pretty well known that once you break the 20 EMA, you're straightly headed for the 50 EMA. So whether that's on the upside or whether on the downside, that works most of the times in analyzing undervalued and overvalued stocks. If we talk about support levels, we can see that we got supported over here when the bears were pushing the price down at $269.5 pretty much, right? We did get supported at the same level over here as well. We did get resisted over here at the same level as well. So we can pretty much deem it a good support level, but we've already been past it. So it's now a resistance level and a challenge for us. We did make a low over here at $262.5, which, well, really low, as you guys already know. But I now believe that the stock, once it gets below the $260 range, will probably take a rebound. And I already told you guys that it will make a new range. It will get an uptrend, in my opinion, in the times to come. If we talk about candlestick patterns, we can say that we got somewhat of an insider candle over here, where we got a pretty small body and, well, two pretty big wicks, indicating a lot of buying pressure and a lot of selling pressure in general, just a lot of volatility. Over here, we can see that we did increase the range we can clearly see that we were pretty much increasing the range, right? This was a small body, smaller body, smaller body, smaller selling wick, right? After that, we can see that we got a pretty big upside on 30th September. So we did carry up this trend in the next day. But of course, the selling pressure that this wick gave us, well, it pretty much got the stock into the gap down in the first place. But after that, we can clearly see that again, it was just pretty much intraday movement and not really any long-term holders buying the stock. With that being said, let's analyze the stock in even more detail in the 5-minute chart. So to analyze the 5-minute chart, we'll quickly get into the 29th September movement. We can clearly see that the stock was in a gap down over here and we got a pretty strong bearish trend until we got supported at the level of $270. After that, we did, however, sadly break the $270 support after being resisted at $274.5. After that, again, we got supported over here, giving somewhat of its, bullish engulfing candle at $267. After that, we did get resisted over here again at 269, after which we got, well, as you guys can see, we're now in the 30th September chart. We did get a lot of movement over here on the first, I guess, first market hour, right? After that, we did get resisted over here. I already told you guys this part. So if we take a look at some common resistance and support levels, we can see that we made somewhat of a double top over here and over here. Then we made another double top over here and over here, right? So these were two double tops over here. Let me mark them over here and over here. Let me quickly disable the EMA so you can see this better, right? After that, if we get into today's or rather yesterday's chart, the last trading sessions chart, we can see that we made a double bottom over here as well at $269.67, after which we did make a double top at this price of $268.87. Again, double bottom somewhere around here at 267.3. Again, double bottom over here at, well, triple bottom technically, or rather quadruple bottom at $266.5. And after that, of course, we went down. So there are two possible scenarios over here. One is my own prediction, and the second one is, well, it could just happen, right? So my prediction is that the stock will open in a gap down, and then we might take recovery from around the 262 to or $260 level, right? So we might have a support over here around $262. So let me mark that real quick. 262 and 260, of course, will be a psychological support, right? We might get supported over here, and once we do, we'll probably use this as a baseline for another head and shoulder pattern to go up. But this will take some time because, as you guys already know, that the Tesla AI day, it, in my opinion, it did not go as planned, right? So we were expecting the Optimus robot to be way more cool than it actually was, and especially with the limited mobility, it couldn't really do anything. With that being said, my price target, or rather my prediction for the stock, is that the stock is bearish on the short term until, like, I guess a few days at least, and after that we might see some bullish momentum, but I do not believe that the stock is a buy at the current price. But with that being said, remember that this is not financial advice. I could be wrong, so you should always do your own research. If you enjoyed my analysis, however, be sure to hit the like button. If you did not enjoy it, be sure to hit the dislike button. You can subscribe to our channel Stocks 101 for more such videos, and as always, I will see you guys in the next one.